All right, let's talk vitamins. You hear about them all the time, right? But have you ever really stopped to think about what they actually do inside your body? Well, today we're going to break it all down. Okay, check this out. A, C, E, D, B, K. What do you see when you look at these letters? So, what are we looking at here? Just some random letters from the alphabet all mixed up? It might look that way, but no, that's not it. Nope, not at all. These letters, they represent vitamins. And they're not just random, they are literally the fundamental building blocks that keep your entire body up and running, day in and day out.
So let's dive right in. What even are vitamins when you get right down to it?
Okay, I love this way of thinking about it. Picture vitamins as your body's own personal, tiny construction crew. Seriously, they're the builders, they're the defenders, and they're the maintenance workers, all rolled into one powerful package. And let me tell you, their job description is, well, it's massive. We're talking about building muscle and bone, making sure we actually get to use all the good stuff from our food, capturing and using energy, even healing our wounds. They're playing a super high-stakes role for sure. You know, history gives us this really powerful and kind of grim example of what happens when we don't have them. For centuries, sailors on these long sea voyages would get this terrible disease called scurvy. The cause? A simple lack of fresh fruit. And the simple life-saving antidote? Vitamin C. It's just a stark reminder of how critical these things are. Okay, so we've established our bodies desperately need them. The tricky part is, we can't really make most of them ourselves. We have to get them from our food. But here's where it gets really interesting. How they journey from our plate into our system, well, it all comes down to which of two families they belong to. And here they are, the two big vitamin families. On one side, you've got your water-soluble crew. That's vitamin C and all the B vitamins. And on the other side, the fat-soluble gang, A, D, E, and K. And this one little difference, water-soluble versus fat-soluble, it changes everything about how your body handles them. All right, first up, let's track the journey of the water-soluble vitamins. And you can pretty much think of this as the express lane. So for these guys, the trip is pretty simple. You find them in the watery parts of things like fruits and veggies. After you eat them, boom, they dissolve and get absorbed straight into your bloodstream, which is, mostly water. They can cruise around freely. But, and this is a big but, whatever your body doesn't use right away, it just gets flushed out. That's why you've got to keep topping them up pretty much every single day. Okay, so if that was the easy, straightforward express lane, the fat-soluble vitamins, well, they take a much more adventurous route. These vitamins hang out in fatty foods. Think dairy, butter, oils. To even start their journey, they need help. First, bile from your liver has to show up and break down the fat they're riding in. Then, because they can't just swim around in your watery blood, they need special protein couriers, like little taxis, to chauffeur them around. And the biggest difference? They don't get flushed out. Your body is smart. It stores them in your liver and fat cells for later. It's like having a well-stocked vitamin pantry. Okay, so we know how they travel, right? The express lane and the adventurous route. Now for the big question. What are they actually doing once they get to where they're going? Let's do a quick tour of the vitamin job site. First up, the B vitamins. They're the energy crew, helping unlock the fuel from our food. Then you've got vitamin C, our master defender, fighting infections and making collagen to keep our bones and teeth strong. Vitamin A is a triple threat, helps our immune system, shapes our bones, and keeps our vision sharp. Vitamin D, it's the foreman for bone building, gathering up all the calcium and phosphorus. Vitamin E is like a bodyguard for our cells, protecting them from damage as an antioxidant. And last but not least, vitamin K is absolutely essential for making sure our blood clots properly when we get a cut. I mean, what an incredible team, right? So all of this, all these different jobs and different journeys, it all leads to the single most important point of this whole explainer. It's not just about getting these vitamins. It's about getting the balance right. It truly is a quest for balance. Because it really is a double-edged sword. Too little, a deficiency, and you're looking at some serious issues, from fatigue and nerve damage to diseases like scurvy. But on the flip side, too much, especially of those fat-soluble ones that your body stores, can actually build up and become toxic. So, you see, just downing a ton of supplements is definitely not the answer. Which brings us to the real key, the crucial takeaway, the absolute best, most effective way to do this: a balanced diet.
Getting these vitamins from a whole range of different foods is how you make sure your body gets exactly what it needs. No more and no less.
Because in the end, it's all about getting that balance right. And that's how you hit the vitamin jackpot. That's how you keep your body's incredible crew of builders, defenders, and maintenance workers doing their absolute best work for you.